Okay, welcome back everyone. This is Erik Malkavian, and I am here in the world of the Outer Worlds, investigating the Peril on Gorgon. This is the Spacer's Choice edition because it's not just the right choice, it's Spacer's Choice. Alright, so let's carry on. Glad to have you with me now. Let's see what's going on here.
So then I told him, oh, ha ha ha, that tickles. How odd. No, don't desist. I think I might like it. Further data collection is required for accurate assessment.
Sanitizing within established radius.
Okay. So, hey.
Welcome back, Captain. How can I be of assistance?
I'm in the mood for some entertainment.
Certainly, Captain. What would you like to hear?
I play my favorite song. And
Now playing a Spacer's Choice advertisement jingle.
It's not the best choice. It's Spacer's choice.
you know that's not my favorite song. You know that.
Everyone in Halcyon is contractually obligated to label this or another board-certified jingle their favorite song.
Well, tell me a joke then.
A star walks into a black hole but doesn't seem phased. The black hole then turns to the star and says, I don't think you understand the gravity of this situation.
Alright.
As you wish, Captain. I must comply with all direct orders.
Right. I'll talk to you later.
I request you do not wake me if I am sleeping upon your return.
Well, you weren't sleeping now. Looks like he's beating that thing up. Okay, so looking at Brave New World, no. The ones who walk away from Gorgon. So we need to go pick up Lucky's trail at the Sprat Shack. Okay, we've been tasked with finding Dr. Olivia's Ambrose's old journal, which contains valuable information from the days before Gorgon's downfall. Okay. Let's go.
We are now in orbit above Gorgon.
Well, what's wrong with that?
Welcome back, Captain. How can I be of assistance?
Why so angry?
Goodbye.
Alright.
Stay safe out there.
Thank you. Alright. Miss Thang and Naoka. Alright. Pick up items belong to other people.
I don't know what kind of mess Spacer's Choice made here, but it figures they'd leave it to someone else to clean up.
Okay. Well, that doesn't sound good, whatever that is. Okay, so let's go check that out. Weapons out. Kind of looks like. It looks like the mansion's landing pad. Well, I don't see anybody down there. Okay. That
Please
looks
be informed that emergency evacuation protocol is currently in progress.
okay.
The Gorgon facility is currently experiencing an emergency evacuation. Please be reminded that all Spacer's Choice facilities fall within acceptable margins of safety.
Sure. See remote landing. Emergency evacuation node is successfully disabled. Alright. Sprat shack. Look like it toppled. Like something fell down on top of it. Shipping and receiving. Okay, I don't see any monsters, but that's a building there. Oh. Somebody saw his lips moving, but I wasn't hearing words. Hey,
Is that what my thoughts sound like? Law, I've been standing near that alarm too long. You looking for supply, stranger? Let's stock up here. If you run low on bullets out in Gorgon's far reaches, there ain't no one round here liable to help you out. Let me know if you're looking for something particular.
so this is Gorgon.
Huh? Oh, you don't gotta worry about that. Something to do with that scrap Project Gorgon from years back. Thanks for turning it off, by the way. I'd have lost my mind if the damn thing had gone on much longer.
Why didn't someone shut it off?
We tried. Couldn't persuade the control terminal to listen. No one round here is particularly mechanically inclined, and no one was gonna shut it down by force. That's for sure. I know, 'cause even Von Hoffman couldn't bash it in. And I seen that tough son of a gun throw a man clean across the Sprat Shack one time like he were a toss ball.
Got it. Okay, so this is Gorgon, right?
You mean you came out to this asteroid without knowing nothing about it? Me too. Heard it was wild here and couldn't resist. Trouble is, if you wander off to somewhere you oughtn't be, like way out in Gorgon's farthest reaches, odds are slimmer of your bits finding their way to my pockets. If you want my advice, stick close to the Sprat Shack, unless you fancy having your limbs torn off and eaten.
Okay. Give him my best unimpressed look.
On second thought, who needs my advice? Just be sure you watch out for the Marauders. That's the #1 thing. Oh, and the Mance. You watch out for Marauders, Mance, and Charles from accounting, and you'll probably be fine.
Who's Charles from accounting?
Only the meanest Marauder on Gorgon.
Oh.
And also anywhere else. That man is crazier than a bag of canids and twice as likely to bite. He will bust your head open like an overripe mock apple if he so much as sees you. I ain't joking. He'll snap you in half like stale bread noodles.
Okay, gotcha. Well, he's welcome to try.
No, you don't get it. Charles from accounting is like... Imagine if you took 3 of the most howling mad Marauders you could find and mashed them together.
Right.
That's Charles.
Zero times 3 is still 0.
Yeah, except Marauders will go from 0 to 100 in the blink of an eye.
My ass.
You ain't listening to me, huh? Well, I warned you. If you run off and get exploded to death by a madman with a rocket launcher now, that's on you.
Alright, go back to the part about the rocket launcher.
Sure, okay. He's got a rocket launcher.
Alright. So how did he get said rocket launcher?
Couldn't say. He kills anyone who gets close enough to ask. Look, long story short, you do not fuck with Chuck. Best to avoid the Marauder camp entirely. That's my 2 bits on the matter.
Language, okay? You don't talk like that. Anyway, around me. What else can you tell me about Project
Only
Gorgon?
that Spacer's Choice shut it down in a big hurry. From what I heard, some of their folks got left behind even. Don't seem like the project ended well.
Okay, so outside of Chuck from accounting,
Yeah?
why he's called that anyway?
His name is Charles and he used to work in accounting?
They don't accuse you of being creative, do they?
No, sir, they do not.
Right. What have we got for
Found a
sale?
pickaxe in the mine like none I've ever seen before. Could be awful useful if you're the violent type.
Right. So he's got some special pickaxe, handy deconstruction tool. Alright. I think we'll be alright. Thanks, Khalil. Why don't you make fun of this guy?
Something on your mind?
Guess not. You're not very talkative right now. Anyway. He was starting to get on my nerves. So we need to worry about Chuck from accounting. This is kind of like Jake from State Farm, or I forgot the name of their insurance company here. They've left State Farm behind on Earth. Sprat Shack. I know it's up there. How do we get up there? Just in case we run into something along the way. load for bear. So Chuck's got a rocket launcher. I hate rocket launchers. Okay, Stellar Freighting Argosy. Gorgon, space destroys property. Notice, electricity rationing is in effect. By accessing the terminal, you consent to paying 1 bit per every option selected. Check electricity rationing bill. Processing. Wow, someone owes a lot. Let's go ahead and delete that. Doesn't owe it now. Shipment history. Okay, outgoing shipments. Accessing log archive. Displaying departed freight. Alright, so they shipped out. Okay, on the Perseus, they were going to Terra 2. Load. Okay, and toward the start state. 2,000 cartons contain something. 3 discharged staff. And 5 Oops. Bastards. So that never took off. Named Perseus. Redacted. 2 tons of ore. Manifest context exceed the recommended maximum weight. So the Perseus never got off the ground, basically. Okay, ethics gradient from Tartarus. Sterile injection ampules. Steel cylinders containing oxygen. 25 volunteers. So they brought some volunteers from Tartarus. Profit margin from Byzantium. 3 corporate security squads. So 9. Whole bunch of ammo, whole bunch of other stuff. Moonman standee. Alright. Shipment history. Alright. Uh-oh.
Energy efficiency. Is it called reward?
Oh, okay. Well, I thought he was going to start shooting. What is this? That goes somewhere. Way down. All right. Well, here we go. Let's go check out the Sprat Shack. Yes, indeed. Let's check it out. Spectrum vodka, glass for every class.
What's up?
What do you think? Okay. Well, this place is...
Come here. Let's have a chat.
You think he's talking to me?
Don't want to chat? Fine. You're on my list now, bub.
Oh, really?
Smell that? Cheap whiskey and stale cigarettes. My kind of place.
Yeah, it's
Been an age
nasty.
since I had a good trip of kale. Hope they've got it on tap.
Fine, you're on my list. Yeah. Alright.
Alright, inspection time. Look at my eyes for as long as you can without blinking. Starting now.
No.
Want to run that by me again?
I said no.
Feisty one. Well, fuck you too. You're cleared to go downstairs. That was a sanity check. If you had changed like the others, it'd be in your eyes. You'd also be drooling, cursing, and making a mess of the place.
You'd probably be dead. So what did you mean when you said people had changed?
Every day, salvagers and scrappers set out to comb the ruins and make their fortune. The ones who come back, they aren't always the same men or women who left. They change. Never for the better.
So what happens when people change?
First, they get real twitchy and paranoid, shouting at folks who aren't there. Then they smell like they soiled themselves, on account of how they soiled themselves. After that, they're gone. Nothing but animals wearing human skin. Seen it happen myself. It's never pretty.
So where exactly is this place, besides the Sprat Shack?
This is the Sprat Shack, the most remote watering hole in the system. Rule number 1, no fighting. Rule number 2, wipe your feet on the way downstairs. We're the only hospitable place on this rock. I want to keep it that way. That's why we have rule number 3. When people change, they stay outside, where they belong.
Let me ask you something else then.
Just don't ask me to dance.
No, that'd be the last thing I ask you. So what do you do around here anyway?
Bouncer, bodyguard, law enforcer. I make sure the Sprat Shack gets only the highest caliber of clientele.
Sure you do.
And I thought this place was gonna be fun.
Well, I hope you look the other way just this once.
We get a lot of brand-loyal corporate types, and a lot of cutthroat freelancer types. Both sides have their share of dirty scoundrels. And I hate dirt.
Okay, so run that by me again about the people that come to the Sprat Shack.
This is a sublight bar, so most of our regulars come to plunder the old labs. The facility's locked up behind miles of red tape, so progress is slow. A lot of time to drink and reevaluate, then venture out and try again.
And some of the, well, most of them come back chains. So what else do you know about Gorgon?
Something bad happened here. Spacer's Choice was developing chemicals. The kind with nasty side effects. Marauders outnumber the rest of us 10 to 1. Either they came from Gorgon, or something draws them here. I don't know which is worse. This place is under a dark cloud, stranger. That's all I know. If you want the history of the Sprat Shack, talk to Lex behind the bar.
Right. Alright, bye.
Watch yourself out there.
Alright, let's get out of here. Just going down to have a drink. Drink up. There you go. Oh. That's what I'm talking about. Someone that actually looks like something here. Hello, cutie.
Welcome to the Sprat Shack. First one's on the house, and I won't even water it down. What'll it be?
Okay, then whiskey. I'm feeling refined.
Bottoms up. I assume you're here for salvage.
Hmm. Sure. Guy in leads?
Even if I did, I ain't supposed to play favorites.
Okay.
Most of my regulars are sublight scavengers. They pick over the ruins of Gorgon, spend their earnings at the bar, and head back out the next day.
Right.
Vicious cycle, but that's life.
Okay.
You're the first new face I've seen in a while.
Well, going by the name of Lucky Montoya.
Lucky. Sure, I knew him. He could get a little dramatic at times, but he was a good guy.
Ellie.
Heard he took on a dangerous job. Spent a lot of time coming and going from the Office of Creative Incubation, just down the road.
Go on.
The way he talked about the job, you just knew Lucky had hit pay dirt.
Right.
Not that I was jealous. Around here, that sort of luck can be hazardous to your health. Awful shame about what happened to him.
Okay, so what happened?
You really want to hear my story?
Yeah.
Law, most everyone around here is sick to death of it by now. Last I saw of Lucky was a few days ago. I went outside for a smoke and a stroll, and I saw this wild canid dragging a bloody limb. So I kicked the canid, scared it off.
Okay. All right, go ahead.
Get this, the canid was chewing on an honest-to-law human arm. Lucky's arm.
Maybe he was hungry. So I know it belonged to Lucky.
I'm a bartender. Attention to detail is my middle name. Anyway,
All right.
the arm was clutching a phonograph that mentioned someone named Alex Hawthorne. I did some poking around, and
That's me.
this Hawthorne has a reputation among the salvagers who frequent the bar. So I packaged up the arm nice and tidy and sent it care of the Halcyon Parcel Service.
Right.
They even gave me a discount on the hazardous waste removal stamp.
Well, the arm made it to me. I'm Hawthorne's next of kin, sort of.
No kidding. And now you're here? Colony feels smaller than you'd think some days. I'm glad I was here to see this confluence of events, you know?
Right.
Stars really aligned on this one. And here I am, smack dab in the middle.
Right. Why bother sending their arm at all?
I figured Hawthorne would want to know what happened to his pal. Help Lucky get his affairs in order, you know. Oh, I hate to see people go with unfinished business.
All right. So where's Lucky? Where was he staying at?
3rd floor. Once I figured he wasn't coming back to pay his tab, I left his room unlocked to air it out. You can help yourself to anything you left behind. Fair warning, I've been letting the regulars use it for a quick lie down. Just wash your hands when you're done.
You mean
Trust me.
a quickie? Okay. So what do you know about Gorgon?
Spacer's Choice used to brew pharmaceuticals in these parts.
Right.
That's why the asteroid smells like an old gym sock. They say Adrenatime came from here. Just down the road at the old R&D lab. Very hush-hush back in the day.
I could use some more dream time. Would any of your regulars have more information about Gorgon?
Roscoe might tell you more.
Okay.
He spent some time around here before
Roscoe?
the bar opened up. And I trust him well enough. There's always Leonora, my favorite customer over in the storage room on the 2nd floor.
Storage room?
Keeps to herself and always closes out her tab.
All right. So what's Roscoe's story?
He's been here since opening day. I think he told me he was some kind of journalist. He got left behind when Spacer's Choice pulled out. And I guess no one's coming to get him.
Poor bastard. You looking out for him?
Roscoe's drinks are on the house. We all know how it feels to get left behind. He'll be all right. He's with the family now, and we take care of our own.
Okay, so why did he get left behind?
He didn't tell me and I didn't ask.
Okay.
I'm his bartender, not his human resources rep. If you believe the chatter, a lot of good folks got left behind, and a lot of bad folks made it out. Sometimes that's all there is to it.
Right. So what can you tell me about Leonora?
Nice lady. Been coming around a lot these past few months. She isn't with Sublight, but seems to know the lay of the land better than anyone.
Right.
She spends most of her days drinking alone. I think she's looking to hire someone. If you're open to a side gig.
Okay. You know if she spoke with Lucky at all?
Now that you mention it, I thought I saw those two sharing stories over a pint.
Okay, so
Didn't think twice about it.
maybe
I
she
don't
hired
speak ill
him.
of the dead, but Leonora deserves better company. That Lucky was no good for her.
Thanks for the tip.
What are friends for, eh?
Okay, so now we're friends. I like that. Any idea why Space's Choice shut Gorgon down?
I doubt anyone knows the full story. One day the evacuation order went out. Grunts and lab coats scrambled to get anywhere but Gorgon. And the weirdest thing of all, Adrenatime still hit the market. Me, I never touch the stuff. To each their own, but I think it's dangerous.
Adrenal time's not bad for you. Kind of fixes you up. Salvagers must be making a fortune off Gorgon.
Damn right we are. We've got drugs, scrap metal, prototype weapons, drugs, money, and more drugs. When Spacer's Choice evacuated, everyone dropped their gear and ran. Most of it stayed where it fell, and all of it is up for grabs.
Right.
Of course, the real treasure is whatever's locked up in the old facility. Until someone figures a way to crack it open.
You mean
We're
me?
just sifting through dirt.
Okay. Well, I guess that's the end of my questions for you, dear.
You got it, bub.
So you run this place, right?
Yes and no.
Kind of,
The
sort of.
Sprat Shack used to be a shipping and receiving warehouse during the old Project Gorgon days.
Oh, okay, I see.
When Spacer's Choice pulled their guys off-world, Sublight moved in to
Sublight runs it.
salvage what we could, and they put me in charge.
Okay, so Sublight's running it. I hate those guys, really.
Yes and no. Rumor has it there's a Sprat wandering around the Groundbreaker, and he's the legal owner of the Sprat Shack. Hagen's idea.
Yeah, very funny. Yeah, dare I ask why?
See, Hagen didn't want a paper trail
course
that
she
led
didn't.
back to her, so she gave the bar to the Sprat.
Yeah.
If there were any legal problems with this place, the Sprat would do the time.
You know, they do something similar in Byzantium.
I
Fancier
know.
system, but same idea.
Anyway, that's what the
Proxy.
paperwork says. I don't make the rules.
How would you even know which Sprat it is?
Easy. His name's Matt. The beautiful thing is, no one could tell Matt Sprat apart from an ordinary vermin.
Yeah,
I think that's kind of the point, to send the authorities on a wild Sprat chase.
yeah, I shoot him. What happens in the Estel Gabler that robot turns him into Spratwurst?
Never thought about that. Shit. I could have eaten my boss. As far as business arrangements go, this one's a head scratcher, but they say it's all above board, so that's what matters.
It's a mess. So Spacer's Choice doesn't mind you guys squatting in their warehouse. How would they solve that? Basically, a judge would have to make a ruling on it. It would probably go up for auction.
Yes and no. We're doing a lot more than squatting. We're classing up the joint, keeping the riffraff outside where it
Doesn't
belongs.
matter.
They didn't even serve drinks until I arrived. Talk about wasted potential.
Well, that's fine. Back to my other questions. I'm
What's your
curious.
pleasure?
So how do you guys get your supplies in and out?
Thirsty people come and go from all over the colony, mostly on the way to somewhere better.
Right.
Some are well connected, and not everyone pays with bits. That's how we get the unconventional goods anyhow. Sublight keeps us well stocked with the essentials, by which I mean booze.
Okay. Now let me get a drink.
I'll set him up. You knock him back.
All right. Let's. Um. Got any whiskey here? you got. You got bloody. You got bloody. Augmentations and reinforcements. What's with that? I mean, in your liquor is what you got milk. Where's the whiskey at? Yeah, I don't see anything that's worth drinking here, man. Yeah, I don't see anything that's worth drinking. Where's the whiskey at? Okay, Spank, Rizzo's. That's Rizzo's. I guess I should realize I'm just only thing I'm getting is. Let's see, what have I got? I better make sure I have enough Adreno. I better make sure. Yeah, I'm sure I do. Alright. She was very helpful, right? Yes, she was. So what do you think?
Something on your mind?
That's it? That's all you got? Alright. What about the Gorgon
What's
job?
on your mind?
Never mind.
Sure. Something on your mind?
You seem to be for a... Where'd you go? What? What are you doing there?
What's up?
Why are you behind the bar? Come on. Okay. Upstairs is our next destination. Alright. So, she said we can go upstairs. She's okay with that. Pick up. Okay. So she said we can go upstairs. Take a look at his old room. Hey.
This rock ain't much to look at, but it's our rock.
Right. So you're with Sub.
I wouldn't get too close to that railing, just in case.
The repurposed aesthetic reminds me of Fallbrook. These sublight folks really know how to overhaul a place.
Yeah. Just because it's repurposed. Okay, that's Leonora. We'll come back and talk with her later. Oh, and there's Roscoe. Okay. Let's take a look around.
Don't forget to close your tab before you head out.
Right. Okay, let's start this top.
What have you got there?
Adrenatime, I think. Found some in an old busted crate.
You're just gonna take some drug you found in the garbage?
It's not some drug. It's adrenatime.
I don't see a label.
If it wasn't safe, it wouldn't be in a syringe.
I can't argue with that.
We're all friends here, even when we ain't.
Quit staring. I ain't here for your entertainment.
Okay, sorry. Your face was awfully weird. Hey, come on. Come on in. Don't be shy. You guys are the shyest people I have ever known. Okay, so theories and leads. Something strange in minds. Check it out. Note, state out of mind. Murderous moon man in the canyon. Probably a local legend, okay? Canyon's yellow. Space's Choice logo yellow. Coincidence? No such thing, okay? That murderous moon man probably is. Take that. Not sure what that is. Crap. Ellie, isn't this guy dead? Dude, what's going on? Sorry, friend.
Someone's in here. Oh, lol. It's coming back up again.
Huh? Hell?
I'm all right. That last one really emptied my guts. No, wait. Here comes more.
Yeah. Probably need to air that place out. So.
So, how you feeling?
Good. Real good, like someone's shining a light behind my eyes.
Got any more of that stuff?
Oh yeah, plenty of it. Next round's on me.
Okay, so. This is a bar patron. What am I missing here? Okay. That guy looks dead. We were supposed to go up here and check on his possessions. Lucky, but that's obviously not Lucky Montoya, because Lucky Montoya is dead.
Jerome would have loved this place.
Jerome? We'll go talk to Leonora. Hello?
You don't look like one of the salvagers, no? Don't really seem like the type. You've got the look of someone who's traveled far to get here and whose journey is far from over.
Okay, what makes you say that?
Confidence. The scavengers around here, they're faking it. You're the real deal. I don't know if you're bound for the old ruins, but in case you are, can you look into something? I'd do it myself, but of course, the Marauders would eat me alive.
I bet you could stand your ground.
Not for long. Looking for something out there. Been paying Sublight to help me, but they haven't made much progress.
Well, Sublight wouldn't turn over a rock unless there was salvage underneath it.
Well put. My husband and I worked on Gorgon during the good times.
Okay.
Jerome was on maintenance duty. I cleaned out test tubes till they sparkled.
All right. So, I'm sorry for your loss.
No, we're good. That's for sure.
Right.
In his final hours, Gorgon was a war zone. Violence broke out in the labs. The hills were full of marauders. You couldn't take a leisurely stroll without an armed escort. When the order came through to evacuate, non-essential personnel drew a lottery to see who would board the first wave of ships. Jerome won. I lost. As soon as I wasn't looking, Jerome switched our tickets and pushed me to the front of the line. I got to leave. Jerome stayed behind. I never saw him again.
Well, that was very noble of him.
That Jerome always chose the right thing, even when it got him killed. This place is greedy. Took my Jerome, and it would have taken me too. I just want one thing back. His old hip flask.
A hip flask?
I gave it to him the day we signed our marriage contract, and he carried it wherever he went. I know it's still here.
Okay, so what do you think happened to Jerome?
No point in denying it. He died on this rock. Likely
Right.
torn apart by marauders, unless he took care of himself on his own terms. I don't like to imagine what happened, but I know I have to accept it.
All right. I could keep an eye out for that flask.
You'd really do that for me?
Of course we would.
Law. And I'll bet you're worth 10 of those sublight sprats. I don't have much, but if you help me, there's a little set aside for the occasion.
Don't even have
Jerome
to.
used to drink with his buddies in a small kitchen opposite the maintenance shed. Might be a good place to check first.
All right. I want to ask you something first, though.
Yeah?
Do you know Lucky Montoya?
That old flirt? Yeah. I let him buy me a drink or two. He talked my ear off about exciting jobs he'd done. All lies, I'm sure. He fell asleep with his head on my shoulder. That man had baggage like you wouldn't believe. I didn't think anyone could be lonelier than me.
All right. Did he mention anything about the Gorgon research facility?
He bragged about having the key to some sort of maintenance area in one of the old buildings. I never saw it, so I just assumed he was talking himself
Lying.
up. He also asked if I wanted to see something gross and slimy he kept in his room, but I declined, politely.
Was he depressed?
He put on quite a front, but I think he was weary. Like he'd seen too much and had too little to show for it.
Right.
I guess we were kindred spirits in a way.
All right, that's all. Thanks for your time.
Sure thing. My condolences if you two were close.
Okay, thanks. Tell me about your time on Gorgon besides, the good times.
The lab coats kept quiet about the project, but the air was charged with excitement. You could feel it wherever you went. They wanted to change the world. A tenfold boost to worker productivity with no side effects?
That's
Who
impossible.
wouldn't salivate at the thought?
Come on.
I don't know what went wrong, but when the shit hit the fan, it sprayed everyone in its path.
Well,
including me.
The human body is not designed to keep going and going and going. It's gonna burn out. All right. I'll be seeing you. All right. Well, let's get out of here. We're still. Hello.
This is a family business. Chin up, look sharp.
Right.
Seen any good salvage around?
Not yet. Looks like they're working, so we'll leave them to it. Okay, so still looking for that room for Lucky. All right, so we got a little side job. Hey.
Watch your step. Von Hoffman sees everything.
Oh, that guy. Yeah, he's a bit of a jerk.
Huh, who's this now? Wonder if they could... Nah, who am I kidding?
Maybe... Let's see what he's up to. Man, you look awfully lot like what's
Holy
name?
shit, a fresh face.
Language.
Haven't seen your like in years. Don't know what brought you to the most dangerous corner of this solar system, pal. But you're welcome here. Oh, you talked to Lex yet? She tell you to keep it civil? You wouldn't guess to talk to her, but that lady's got a mean left hook.
You guys get into a lot of fist fights here? Well, let me first ask. So I talked to her. She mentioned that you're some sort of journalist.
Some kind. Yeah, that's a good way to put it. Got into reporting thinking I was gonna be some sort of public intellectual. What a joke. Spent 95% of my time playing stenographer to the board, and the rest writing puff pieces on the chairman's latest beard trim.
Right.
Real life and death shit.
Seems like you're having a tough time of it. Can I help you out?
If you're going back out there, do you think you'd be willing to do an old bastard a small favor?
The deals first, promises later.
Told you I was a journalist, right?
Yeah.
I was here on a story back when Project Gorgon was active. I was doing an interview series for Spacer's Choice.
Right.
Recorded them all on these little portable phonographs. But when everything fell to shit, Spacer's Choice wouldn't let me leave. Terms of my reporting contract unmet, they said.
Basically, they didn't want the word to get out. So you hid them, and now you need me to get them for you. That's about cover it?
Right on the money. Look at me. I'm no fighter. I've never even touched a gun.
Okay.
But you're just the right amount of rough around the edges. Help me get my recordings back so I can finally get the hell out of here.
Okay, so I stashed the recordings.
Someone had been trying to steal them since the day my assistant and I started interviewing. Couldn't even keep them in my safe. They always found a way in. So I took to hiding them all over the fucking asteroid.
Language.
Thought I was so clever. What a fool I was.
So you had a assistant. Maybe they were stealing them.
Oh, Georgie? Yeah, she helped me with interviews. A real whiz with the portable recorder tech, too.
How hard is
When
that?
things got crazy, I shoved her onto the last ship off Gorgon. With any luck, she's safe and comfortable in Byzantium. She tried every which way to stay, but it was my contract keeping us here, not hers. Didn't seem fair she'd have to suffer just because I made a bad deal.
I guess he can't leave. Okay, it's look your day. I'll get this recording for you.
No shit? That's downright civilized
Yeah,
of
if
you.
you stop cussing.
All right. One of them I stashed in the Office of Creative Incubation.
No, I
in the
gotta go that
projector
way
room on
anyway.
the 3rd floor. I gave another to my friend Birdie to keep in her apartment, just outside OCI's upper entrance.
Okay. So you gave another to Birdie. So why'd you stash it there?
Seems like a good idea at the time. Someone had started a fire, folks were shooting other folks. It was a madhouse.
All right, what's next?
You'll find another in the chem lab. It's in the main lab storage room.
All right. You ran all over Gorgon just to hide your recordings?
Didn't have much of a choice. The primals had gotten loose. Couple of them were chasing me.
Yeah,
the recordings
primals?
just ended up wherever I hid.
All right. Easy enough. Where are the others?
The final one is in human inquiry and auditing.
All right.
It's tucked behind a pipe in observation room B.
All right. Observation room. Wouldn't someone have seen you?
What with the test subjects running loose, the researchers were surprisingly
Test subject?
unobservant.
All right, got it. I'll be back.
Strength to your sword arm, friend. And thank you.
Right. You're awfully silent. Well, he must be some sort of rider. How do we get up there? Besides doing that. Oh, come on.
Like a wrapped among the rocks.
We didn't steal anything. Sorry. Still trying to just find this this room, but I don't seem to be able to rebar that, so I don't know. She said he stayed upstairs, but maybe he invited her into his room to show her something disgusting and wet. But I don't see where his room is. Alright, hold on a second. Okay, strange disappearance of a watchman. Oh, no. On the third floor. Was renting a room on the third floor. I'm on the third floor now. Oh, what's this? Ah, smuggler's note. Sullivan, you were right about this place. I got a lead on some pricey merchandise, and all I had to do was put my ears to the ground. Apparently, there's a mine shaft down the road past Human Inquiry in Auditing and due east. Okay, down the road and turn right. Used to be an old body drop, old dead drop, old dead body drop, but no one goes there anymore. Wonder why. Would be dangerous, but what kind of scoundrel would I be if I let the goods sit there unappreciated? Come and join me when you read this. I won't wait for you, but I'll bet there's more loot than I can carry myself. Jenner. Let's see, is this the fourth floor? I don't know. Maybe that's what we're... Hold on a second. Okay, it doesn't go anywhere. Well, I can't get in there. So I read that note. Mind. Okay, so maybe I need a code for that. I don't know. It, He's renting a place on the 3rd floor. I'm on the 2nd floor. So there are 4 floors. Okay, let me take a look around. I'll be right back. I'm not sure about this. Got lucky. Got lucky. Close the note. Look at this desk. Day 1. Spacer's choice. May have left in a hurry, but they didn't forget to lock the doors on their way out. Most of the facilities are sealed up tighter than a top ranger's safe. Top runger's safe. Time to do some digging. Day 6. Caught a break today. Met a scavenger who claimed to be a salesman for Spacer's Choice. Sold me a key to the office of creative incubation. Let's just say this guy is about as lucid as a Sprat in a Rizzle's factory. But I'm spending Minnie's bits so I can afford to take a chance, okay? Minis. It worked. Clarence, mostly, whoever you are, I'm drinking to you tonight. Day 10. Olivia Ambrose's office and journal ought to be in the Synthesis and Manufactory Center. The bad news is it's sealed up and at the Ascena Canyon. Okay, the good news is I should be able to open it from the Big Wig's admin terminal in the office of that OCI. Okay, OCI is crawling with marauders, and I got a few other leads to chase down. Could be nothing. My gut tells me there's more to this place than a missing journal. I need a drink of some whiskey. I'm leaving the OCI key in the safe. The combination is 4815.
As a medical professional, I gotta say, that is very well preserved and disgusting.
Yeah.
I really hope this ain't a sign of things to come.
Toss my car. And a flamethrower. Ooh. Okay. So. Oh, that's the key. Okay. Talk to me.
Something on your mind?
Talk about this Gorgon job.
What's on your mind?
So you knew Lucky.
Sure. Like Ada said, he was a big name among freelancers. I met him at Lost Hope once. He was buying rounds for everyone and telling a story about one of his jobs.
Uh-huh.
Pretty sure half of it was made up.
Alright, that's all I wanted to know.
Anything else?
Not
Sure.
Gorgon.
Something on your mind?
Let's go. Okay, well. We got an eyeball, and we got a way to get into where we're going. Here's the... Okay. Crawl Marauders, got a few leads, chase down. Explore this place. So we need to get into OCI. Okay. Okay, so he couldn't get through OCI. Too many Marauders, and it was just him. And he ended up getting his arm torn off. You know, something ate him.
You're a humbug, Trixie, and worse, a thief.
I can't steal what's lawfully mine, you tangle-footed dimwit.
Break it up, you two. I've heard more than enough of your shit for one day.
You here for salvage or merchandise?
Trixie?
That was my salvage, Trixie. You had no right to it then, and you've no right to it now.
Okay, let him talk.
I risked my life sneaking around Marauders to claim that wreck. And I didn't see your name on it.
Now you've done it. Eat fist!
Oh.
All right, that's enough. This is a family establishment. You want to make a mess? You make it outside.
But this was personal, Lex. It's a question of salvage. That wreck was gonna make me a fortune.
Let him talk.
Now you two listen. This is my place.
Right.
While you're in the Sprat shack, you'll sit quietly or I'll forbid you to come here at all. Is that understood?
Here, here. Boys are for drinking. The poor decisions that result are better left outside.
Fair's fair. I'll have a stout, and we'll settle this later on our own terms.
It's no good to leave a fight unresolved. If I don't do something, these two are gonna be at each other's throats.
So what do you propose?
Would you do me a favor and weigh in as a third party? I can use an unbiased set of eyes on the problem. And an outsider like you fits the bill.
Alright, I'll give it a whirl.
Freddy, Trixie, go on and make your case to the generous stranger.
I'll start, seeing as I'm the one who's been most wronged in this equation.
Alright, go ahead.
So, just up the road and due east of here, there's a shipwreck lodged in the mountainside, right? I staked my claim on that wreck. Then I wandered in for a drink. An hour later, Trixie swaggers in bragging about her salvage. Ugh, the nerve of some people.
Alright, so how'd you mark the claim?
I climbed on top of it and called out in my loudest voice, "Finders keepers!"
Your case isn't winning me over so far, Trixie. Freddy?
What if I were to sweeten the deal? Say the salvage is mine, and I'll give you a share of the finder's fee.
No.
Bullshit. That ain't fair.
Alright, give me your story and I'll decide what's fair.
When I found the shipwreck, there were no salvage mark. See, the whole area was teeming with bloodthirsty marauders.
Okay.
So I snuck around and added my tag, clear as day, so no drunken idiots could claim the salvage out from under me, Freddy.
For the record, when I heard the marauders coming, I left. Trixie must have set her mark down after me.
Alright. You had your chance to turn. No speaking out of turn, but I'll allow it this once.
I kept my mouth shut during his story. He should have the courtesy to return the favor.
I agree.
Anyway, that's my story, sir.
Okay, so what mark did you leave on the salvage, Trixie?
I drew an X in the dirt. With my toe.
couldn't the Marauders have walked over it by now with the wind blowing it away?
Wouldn't surprise me in the least. But that doesn't mean it ain't mine.
In all my years, I've never heard a more contentious argument.
It's ridiculous.
I don't envy your shoulders for bearing the weight of responsibility.
I'm gonna take
You've heard it from them both. So, who gets the salvage?
Oh, wow. Ah. Wow. Huh. Let me think about this and look at this a little bit. I'm gonna freeze frame it. Alright, here goes. Freddy tried to bribe me, so I'm ruling in Trixie's favor.
What? I've never heard of such goody two-shoes, law-abiding humbuggery in all my life.
You have met
Thank
before.
you. Law, it's hard to get a fair trial in this Sprat
No.
colony.
Here's a 6-pack on the house, plus your fee. Maybe now we'll finally get some peace around here for a change.
Alright, so what's gonna happen to the wreck?
I'll write to Lilia Hagen in the corporate office on Groundbreaker. She'll get some haulers to drag it away. It'll take a while. Nothing happens fast around these parts. But at least the salvage would get a good home.
Alright, does this happen often?
A little too often if you ask me, but that's the sublight way. Anything worth doing is worth fighting over.
Right. Well, glad to be of service. See you around.
Come and chat if you're ever feeling thirsty.
Right.
We could always go back and rile him up again later.
Smooth talking, Cap.
Thank you. We can always go back and... Ellie! I'm not here to rile anybody up. Alright, let's get out of here. When I asked you to talk, you wouldn't say anything, Ellie.
Any trouble I should know about?
Yeah, you could have decided on that stupid claim. See you
Stay
around.
cool.
Yeah, bye. Okay, and with that, I'm going to end this episode.
Lucky's problem was that he was always overconfident in himself. But us? We got this, whatever it is.
Whatever's out here, it better be worth carrying around a man's eyeball.
Yeah. Like they said, we got this, and it's worth carrying around a man's eyeball. I want to thank you for watching. Of course, I'm Erik Malkavian as the stranger in the Outer Worlds. The Peril on Gorgon. This is the Spacer's Choice Edition. We'll be back very soon. Take care and goodbye.